for Branson Keel, who's 0 for 2.
Hit by pitch brings up number 20, Branson Keel.
Rory about to wrap up his front 9 in round 2 of the U.S. Open. And he is -5, still everybody 2 strokes back of the leader, Justin Rose. Ground ball through the hole on the left side as the runner took off before the pitch. Now it sneaks through the left fielder's legs. Everyone's going to grab an extra base, and it's second and third with 2 away. That'll be a single and an E7. Still 2 outs, and it's going to be up to Jace Caldwell. Hardhats looking to break through in a 0-0 tie. And we're going to have a conference on the mound presented by High Plains Physical Therapy Associates. Are you tired of your injuries controlling your daily performance? Learn how to take back your health at highplainspt.com. Don't think we'll see a change. Maybe just a conversation. Meeting will finish up. And we should be ready for Jace Caldwell. 2 outs, runners on second and third after the single E7. Pitch home, a check swing, and a pitch up. He did not go. Caldwell singled in the second, popped out in the fourth. 1-0 is in there for a strike, 1-1. Now 2-1 with a fastball outside. Caldwell's going to pop it up. Back behind the plate near the net. The catch is made as he crashes into it. And that'll get out of the inning. Boy, Sawyer Rowland happy about that as he gives his catcher a pat on the back as he sneaks his way out of another jam. We are scoreless through 5 heading into the 6th here on Fox Sports Rapid City and Hardhats TV.
At USI, we take over 150 years of knowledge and experience gleaned from the expertise of over 6,000 industry-leading experts, serving more than 150,000 clients nationwide, and we put you at the center of that world. We customize and deliver best-in-class property and casualty, employee benefits, personal risk, and retirement solutions to provide superior results. We call it the USI One Advantage.
And back in the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales service and side-by-sides, I'm Dylan Corbett as we enter the top of the 6th inning, and Colton Hartford back out for another inning of relief. Pulled the string on Logan Myers, and he's got an 0-2 count in front of the opposing shortstop. 0-0, just 5 hits combined. Now pitch outside. It'll be 1-2. Zach Cholis, 4 shutout innings, struck out 8 batters, allowed just 2 base runners, 1 hit, 1 walk. Colton Hartford has yet to allow a run this season in limited action. Brings a pitch up high, and it's 2-2. Two-two pitch upstairs, and the count runs full from 0-2. Again, it'll be Kindred and Columbus from Nebraska after this game. And no true sight at the end of this game so far, as no one's been able to score a run. Colton Hartford does not bounce back. Logan Myers does that at the plate from down 0-2, and it's a leadoff walk. And now the top of the order for Michael Hall, and we'll see if they want to go to some small ball tactics. Just as I assumed, but the bunt is kicked foul. Looked like Michael Hall wanted to try and drag that one to maybe leg out a hit, and led to its lack of accuracy. Hartford out of the stretch. He got a 4-6-3 double play in his first inning of relief. See if he can replicate that. Showing bunt, pulling it back, and it clipped him on the forearm. Works just the same as a bunt for a hit, except he might have an extra bruise tomorrow. First and second, no outs, and now I think you might expect a bunt here from John Tweet, who has struck out twice prior to this at-bat. First and second. Hardhats going to have to work extra hard to get out of this one unscathed in the top of the sixth inning. Ryan Schmidt's going to come out, go through the signals with his infield defense. Caldwell already creeping in deep on the first base grass, even with the bag at third for Hegre. Hartford set to deal his first pitch to Tweet. Gets the bunt down. Only plays at first, and whoa, they collide. Throw took Bachman across the foul line, and then trying to get out of the way, they ran into each other. Tweet and Bachman both hit the turf, but it appears that both are okay. And now second and third on the sacrifice. Trenton Duxure, second and third. Infield is brought in. Not completely in on the grass at the corners, but just in a little bit at second and short. Logan Myers, the shortstop, has got some speed over at third. Nearly hit him on a pitch inside to Duxure. Duxure's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. First base open. And this is lifted high and deep out to right. Will it be enough to get the run home? Catch is made. Runner tagging. Throw is up the line. And the tag, no, he got around it. And now throw back down to second, not in time. It's 1-0 Kindred. The throw home was a missile, and they had him clear in time, but it was up the line. And able to navigate his way around the tag was Logan Myers, and the sac fly is going to give Kindred the lead. 1-0. And now 2 outs. And this should get him out of the inning. Couple bounces on the way to Bachman at second. Throw on to first in time. But Kindred gets a sac fly ribby on a bang-bang play at home. It's 1-0 Vikings as the Hardhats will play from behind for the first time when their bats come up next on Fox Sports Rapid City and HardhatsTV.
In sports and in life, attitude and effort are big drivers of success. Sure, we would all love to be on a winning team, but everyone doesn't get a trophy in the real world, especially when it comes to finances. While the recommended retirement plan savings amount is up to 4 times your annual salary, this is not a reality for many families. With over 40% of Americans having less than $10,000 saved for retirement, maybe it's time to get off the bench and take control of your financial future. For more than 30 years, just like you, important, but not their dreams. I'm Kurt Whitesell. Let me help you take action and focus on the future you deserve. Remember, your first consultation is always free. Whitesell Financial Group is at 817 9th Street, Rapids. Call 348-1152 or visit whitesellfinancialgroup.com.
That's Whitesell Financial Group. Online at whitesellfinancialgroup.com. Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You're listening to Folks 22 Baseball on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and streaming at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
A run scratched across in the top of the sixth, and now the Hardhats trailing for the first time against the Kindred Vikings. And bad news for them as Sawyer Rolland is only at 74 pitches. He scattered 4 walks and 3 hits. And he's back out there for the 6th and presumably the 7th. He'll deal with the bottom of the order. Blake Weaver, Ryan Schmidt, and Bridger Nesbitt. I'm Dylan Corbin, the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service, and Side-by-Sides. Do stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll announce the player of the game there. And then we've just got one more tomorrow in terms of pool play. We'll see how pool play ends, what the schedule will be for the remaining weekend, I should say. Wherever and however you may be joining us, we thank you for doing so on this Friday doubleheader, the matinee earlier, now the nightcap here. And a first pitch strike to Blake Weaver. It'll be the 0-1. Curveball early in the count, and it's watched for a ball, 1-1. A 1 pitch, or 1-1 pitch rather, is going to miss, 2-1. Again, rain supposedly in the area tomorrow. Don't think it would be a major issue with, of course, the turf infield here. Oh, strike. Strike is called 2-2. Nobody out. The leadoff man, a 2-2 pitch to him. And staying alive with a foul ball. We'll do the 2-2 again. Ryan Schmidt on deck, so I guess I was mistaken. He was courtesy run for earlier. Staying alive again on a foul ball. We'll do the 2-2 again out of the windup, shaking off his catcher. Now he has his pitch. He wanted to go fastball, and he breezed it by him up and in. And all of a sudden, it's 3-2. So making him work. He's now up to 80 pitches after this first at-bat. And he's going to walk him. So battling back, the Hardhats have the tying run on. Go-ahead run, Ryan Schmidt coming to the plate. So 81 pitches for Rolland now. We saw the pitcher for Brookings go nearly 110 pitches. I think offhand it was 107. He went the distance. So Blake Weaver at first. Schmidt looking to bunt, gets it down. Third baseman looks at second, will make the play over at first, 5-3 on the sacrifice. That'll work. Sets up the tying run in scoring position for Bridger Nesbitt, who's got a pair of flyouts, one to center, one to left. First pitch a bit high above the belt, 1-0. And popped up. Shedding the mask and making the catch behind the plate for out number 2 is Duxcher. Big second out. Now it's going to take a base hit by Mason Messenger to tie this game, or at least try and tie it with the runner at second being Blake Weaver. And we've seen some strong arms from the outfield throughout the course of the day on this short field, Hitters Park, at least dimension-wise. Pitch outside the Messenger. He is 0 for 1, or excuse me, 0 for 2 with a walk. And now 1-0. Big spot here for the Hardhats shortstop. And this is ripped down the line, but hooking foul by a matter of 5 or 6 feet. Be 1-1. Weaver's going to be hustling with 2 outs. Kindred a run in the 6th, and that's where we're at so far. 1-0. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and no runs on 3 hits. 1 error for the Hardhats. Just under 90 minutes of game time so far. 1-1 curveball is in the zone, strike 2. And it'll be a 1-2 to Messenger. Rollins set out of the stretch. His pitch home. Fastball just fought it off. Angels jump out to a 2-0 lead on Tampa Bay tonight. Angels have been hot of late. They took 2 from the Dodgers in the crosstown rivalry. 1-2. Curveball. Called strike 3. Messenger not happy. It's going to end the inning. So 6 shutout frames for Sawyer Rolland, and we head into the final inning. Kindred 1, Hardhats scoreless. You're listening to Hardhats Baseball on Fox Sports Rapid City and Hardhats TV. Colton Hartford back out there for another inning of relief as Kindred looks for some insurance here in the final inning, top half of it. 1-0 they lead it in the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Out in front with it for Ingebrigtsen. And 0-2 will be the count against the right-handed hitting third baseman. Curveball out in front, but he fouls it away. Action going on in the bullpen for Kindred. So will Rolland be able to close this thing out? He's at 90 pitches. But we shall see. Ground ball to second. Ryan Bachman out number 1. Brings up Andy Fryer, who's 1 for 2, a punch-out victim back in the second. One of the 8, courtesy of lefty Zach Cholis. It'll be a righty-on-lefty matchup now with Hartford on the hill. Took over in the 5th, and he's been brilliant as well. Here's a deep drive pulled out to right. This is going to be hauled in. In the shadows of the scoreboard, it is hauled in out and right by Blake Weaver. Boy, it took me a second. Runner was still about to make the turn at second. Well, he'll turn around to the dugout.
Up next, number 20, Nick Eggman.
Wow. I thought there was no chance. That was smoked out to right, and Blake Weaver covering some ground out in right to make the catch. How about that? Here's Nick Eggman. Taps it foul. So Hartford did give up a run, of course. However, he's still been pitching well as he looks to close out his third inning of relief. That's the first run he's given up all year, as this will be wrapping up his fifth inning of the year. Should he get out of it, he's got a 1-1 on Eggman. Eggman lined out right back to the pitcher and then grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. So a tough game so far for the first baseman. Pitch inside, he turns away from it, 2-1. Due up for the Hardhats. Yeah, it's a good spot. Bachman, Heggery, Alex Weaver. Bachman's 12-game hit streak on the line. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Now, Ricky, since you like to think that I jinx everything, should I have not told Ryan that he had a 12-game hit streak in the elevator? Wow, I'm learning something every day. That's my fault. 2-2. High chopper to second. Bachman with the routine ground out 4-3. And a 1-2-3 frame. No insurance for Kindred. However, they lead it 1-0. Huge inning coming up for the Hardhats. Do or die. Final three outs. Bachman, Heggery, Alex Weaver next.
Streaming at FoxSportsRapidCity.com.
Well, the Hardhats utilized the come-from-behind tactic in their win over Brookings. They're looking for it here as well. We're in the bottom of the seventh. Final three outs for the Hardhats. Bachman, Heggery, Alex Weaver against starter Sawyer Rolland. And he drops one in the turf. 1-0. Again, he's at 91 pitches. So keep an eye on that as that climbs near 105, which is the mark. Falls behind Bachman 2-0. That 12-game hit streak on the line for number 10. He's one away from tying Matt Heggery's 13-game hit streak. And a strike. 2-1. Rolland has scattered 3 hits and 5 walks to allow no runs. 2-1. A little bit low and outside. 3-1 to Bachman. Now, do you turn arguably one of your best power hitters loose here, or do you look for the base runner? Well, you don't have to turn him loose. It's a 3-1, but what are you looking for? He bends out of the way of one, a called strike, and it's full. Bachman will step out of the box, regroup, and now look for something to hit. It'll be a full count with nobody out. There's his walk. Puts the hit streak in jeopardy, but I'm sure he is thinking about that as the last thing, as he is now the tying run at first. And here's Matthew Heggery, who's been a tough out. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. Pitch count now at 94 pitches for Sawyer Rolland. He moves to the stretch, tying run on base. Winning run at the plate. Heggery showed his hand. Quick move over to first showed Hegre was going to bunt, and now we'll see if it's still on for the first pitch of the at-bat, creeping on over at third. Pulls it back, throw down to first, and a nice effort by the first baseman to keep that from skipping out into right. Pulled the bunt back, it's a ball. So Hegre, a guy who's hitting above, 480, being asked to bunt with nobody out and a runner on first. And he's going to be asked to do it again. He gets it down. Does his job, but now can the people behind him. 1-3 on the sac bunt. Puts the tying run in scoring position, but now it is up to Alex Weaver, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. Weaver's been a great hitter for average. The slugging has not been there. However, all 22 needs here potentially is a base hit. One away, tying run at second. And he might get it. Ripped into the corner. It's down. This is going to tie the game. It's going to send Weaver to second, standing up with an RBI double. 1-1 in the home half of the seventh. Alex Weaver waiting all game, and he comes through. And that might be all she wrote for Sawyer Rolland. They sent him out there to go for the complete game shutout, and now I think he might be lifted. We'll wait and see. Meeting on the mound presented by High Plains Physical Therapy Associates. Bachman scoring easily. And now Weaver out at second with only one out in the inning for Branson Keel. Are they going to pull the trigger here, or is he going to get one more batter? He's at 98 pitches. He's going to stay out there. 1-1 game, 1 out, winning run at second. Keel could potentially win this with a single. Sawyer Rolland being pushed as he's just under 100 pitches, and he's going to be asked to get one more batter out. And it's upstairs. Hardhats can taste it. In the dirt, not far enough for Weaver to get it over to third. 2-0. At this point, why don't you just walk him? I think that's what they're going to do. That'll be an intentional walk to Branson Keel, so Sawyer Rolland will not waste any more pitches, and now it looks like he will be able to face another batter. And it looks like it's going to be a pinch hitter for Jace Caldwell. It's going to be True Seinhorst. So an interesting move here as Caldwell, who is 1 for 3, is going to be pinch hit for True Seinhorst with one out. And maybe it's because he might drop something down. Well, it looked like he wanted to swing away, and he takes a strike.